Stampers, it's Alison Solven with Stamp Crazy, and today I want to show you how to make this gorgeous card using products from the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. The stamp set I used is called Watercolor Wings, and it's a beautiful new stamp set that is kind of advertised as a two-step stamping system, but I actually think it's more like a 4 or 5 step because you can keep adding elements to just give your butterflies some dimension. So let me show you how to start and make this card. Starting with a piece of elegant eggplant, and I've cut it to 5.5 by 8.5 and then just folded it in half to make a regular size card. Cut a second piece of cardstock in Wisteria Wonder at 4 inches by 5.25 inches, and that's our first layer. Then I ran it through a brand new embossing folder called Flutterings, and I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but this embossing folder is larger. It is 6 by 6. Now the advantage to having it bigger is that I wanted to run it through sideways like this and have my butterflies go this way, but I could also run it through this way. And it gives me lots of surface space to be able to do that. So if I wanted to change the orientation of my card, it's real simple. So I really like this larger design. So I've gone ahead and already done that. And you can see all the beautiful butterflies. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to bring in my piercing mat because I like to use that when I'm using photopolymer stamps, and a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is just a piece of scrap. Doesn't matter the size. Starting with my very first butterfly, which is a big bold one. Ink that up and just stamp it anywhere on my piece of paper. Okay. The second step is also in Wisteria Wonder, and I'm going to line it up, and you can see pretty easily where this lines up. So I'm just going to drop it on top and stamp. So you can see that gives even more dimension. For the third step, I'm using Elegant Eggplant, and again you can see where this lines up pretty easily. So I'm just going to lay that on top. So this is the third stamp to create this butterfly. And there it is. I just love the way it looks like it's popping off the page. Now the next step is to use the framelit that matches it, and this is called Bold Butterfly Framelits Die. It comes with this die and then another little die that cuts out a smaller butterfly, which I'll show you in a second. So I'm just going to go to the Big Shot and cut that out. I also wanted to show you before I do that, that the butterfly from the Butterfly Framelits also could be used to cut out this, and you just get a really cool different look. There's my butterfly. Now I didn't stamp the body because I find it easier for me to stamp it after I've punched it out. So I'm just going to bring in the Elegant Eggplant and ink it up and stamp the body, and right in the middle there. Then I also went ahead and, using a piece of our cardstock vellum, I cut out the matching butterfly that comes in the same framelits, the Bold Butterfly Framelits. This is the other butterfly that comes, which is really cute. And I just went ahead and cut that out with a Big Shot. The next thing I want to show you is the brand new banner triple punch, and it's really cool because you can cut banners from 1 inch to 2 inches. And actually I've learned how to cut them a little bit smaller too, so I'm going to show you that. But you just take your piece of cardstock or designer series paper. This is the neutral designer series paper pack, and I just love it because you get gold and silver ones in it along with the neutrals, and it's got some really cool designs, but I really love all the words. It's a 12 by 12 sheet of all these words, and it's beautiful. So this is a 1.5 by 1.5, so I'm just going to stick it in as far as it goes, punch. I'm going to turn it the other side and punch, and I end up with this banner. Now I cut it, I wanted it to be 5 inches when I was done, so I started with a piece that was 5 3/4 because part of it does come off when you punch it. The next element is just a little word that I'm going to use from the same set, and I'm going to use it in the Elegant Eggplant, and it says just for you, so I'm going to go ahead. I love photopolymer stamps because obviously you can see exactly where you're stamping, which is awesome. I promised to show you that banner punch and how I'm going to just take off a little bit here. So this time I'm going to stick it in, and I'm going to stick it so that my words are down, so that if I get too close to the words, I won't cut them off. So I'm just going to stick it in like so and decide where I'd like it. So I'm thinking maybe about there, and then I'm just going to punch it like that, and when I turn it over, I've got a little banner. So really simple. I'm going to bring in all my elements. I've also included a piece of Wisteria Wonder seam binding, and I want to cut those corners so that they are like a little banner too. And the easiest way to do that is to fold your ribbon in half, and then using your ribbon scissors, cut at a diagonal towards the end, and you get a really even little banner. So just fold it in half and go like that. So that's going to go on top. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put this together. This is the embossed piece, and that's just going to get centered in the card like so. Then I've got my designer piece. Just going to center that like so. Now for my ribbon, I have found that glue dots work best. Next up is my butterfly. I'm going to just fold him in half. Crease him, I should say. Not really folding him because I don't want him creased too much. I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue dots on here. Center the butterfly. And I'm going to add my vellum one. Again, I'm going to just kind of gently crease him in the middle and add a glue dot and glue him down. And the last element that I added was one of these metal rimmed pearls, which are beautiful. You get 24 of them and lots to choose from. So I'm going to pick this large one, I think. Actually, yeah, I'm going to pick the large one. And they're self-adhesive, so you just peel off the backing. Like so. And then I've got my words, so I just want to put a little glue dot under that, and I probably should have stuck that down first, but that's okay. And I'm just going to stick him like that. If you purchase the stamps, you can do that individually, and you can purchase the Bold Butterfly dies individually. But if you purchase them together as a bundle, you're going to save 15%. So why wouldn't you want to save money, right? Thanks so much for watching. Happy stamping!
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw out